everybody who's here to do me a favor, if you could do me a favor, if you could just silence your phone, shut it off if you have a reason you have it. Silence your mouth and open up your hearts as I share with you a brief story about a young man who loved Shabbat more than anything else. But this young man had a big challenge. The challenge was that he lived in a place where it was illegal to keep Shabbats. And sadly, all the Jewish people around him just stopped doing Shabbat. But he decided that Shabbat is too valuable and too important, and he will keep on doing Shabbat no matter what. Sure enough, after many months of observing the Shabbat and inviting young students to join him in his home, one night after dinner, there was a knock on the door when the KGB, the communist police, showed up at his home, and they said, "Sir, for keeping Shabbat, we are taking you away." And there he was, standing at the door. He turned around and he saw his 3 young children looking at him with pleading eyes, saying, "Daddy, Daddy, please don't go away." And in that moment, he turned to his 3 young children and he said to them, "I ask you one request, my dear children. This is the last time he ever saw his children for the rest of his life." He said, "My dear children, I ask you to keep on doing exactly what they're taking me away for. They're taking me away for Shabbat. Please never stop doing Shabbat again in your lives." They never saw him again. He was shot that night at the young age of 42. And this man was my grandfather. And I am here today to celebrate Shabbat with 1,126 Jewish students. Let's hear it for all of you. So my dear friends, that is all I want to tell you tonight. That for every single person in this room, no matter where you're from, whether you're from the United States, or from England, or from France, or Argentina, for every one of you in this room, as I look at your faces, I guarantee you, there is someone in your lineage, maybe it's your grandfather, maybe it's your great-grandfather, maybe it's your great-great-grandfather, there's someone in your lineage who had to give up their lives, or give up something for being a Jew. So the fact that you are here this Shabbat is a miracle. And this Shabbat, we are going to see 1,126 miracles. Because this Shabbat, we are telling the world that no matter how many synagogues will be shut up, and no matter how many enemies try to destroy us, we are here to say 1,126 times, everyone together, that Am Yisrael Chai. Now that I got you fired up, I want to give a special mention. We have students here with us from Kansas who 40 minutes ago lost her beloved grandfather. Her grandfather celebrated Shabbat. She is here tonight with all of us to celebrate Shabbat together. I ask you, as we celebrate the Shabbat, think of all the ancestors who came before you, who are filling up the seats and crowding up the room, cheering you on and begging you to shut your phone, open your heart, and get ready for the best Shabbat that you've ever had in your life. It is now my pleasure to introduce a very special welcoming message from the President and CEO of Chabad Campus International, a man who's a great inspiration to many of us Chabad rabbis, somebody who puts his heart and soul to the incredible growth and expansion of Chabad Campus. Put your hands together and welcome Rabbi Yossi Gordon.
Thank you, Rabbi Tafel, and welcome all. I welcome you today to this Pegisha 5780-2019 on behalf of our truly excellent team at Chabad Campus International, who worked so hard to be able to create this beautiful experience that has been seamless until now and will continue to be so throughout the entire experience for you. brief. I know the time is late, short. I need to share with you something. That is as follows. I'll base it upon a passage in the Talmud, a story in the Talmud. The Talmud, which was written 2,000 years ago, speaks about a man whose name was Rabbi Hanina. And Rabbi Hanina wanted very badly to bring a gift to the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. But he didn't have anything to bring. And he discovered a very large boulder. So he went to work, and he shined and polished and hewed away at this boulder in order to be able to make it into a place that people could sit. And then he was going to transport it from where he lived all the way to the temple in Jerusalem. But there was a problem. He didn't have any money to hire anyone to help him, and he was only one person. So the Talmud says that 5 men appeared. 5 men that were really angels. And they came to this Rabbi Hanina and they said to him, we're going to help you. We're going to help you bring this heavy boulder to Jerusalem. We're going to transport it for you. But there's one condition. And that condition is that you need to put onto this boulder, as part of your effort, 1 finger. You need to bring your effort, even if it's just 1 finger. And that's exactly what Rabbi Hanina did, and the boulder made its way. Now the bench, the beautiful bench, made its way to Jerusalem, where it was received and used by the visiting pilgrims that came to Jerusalem. The Rabbi, we're in the Rebbe's community, told this story. I heard him tell it. And when he told it, he said the following insight. He said, at times a person feels a certain sense of destiny, that they need to do something, but they don't know how. It seems as if there's an insurmountable obstacle. And they feel like as if there's just no way that this can happen. But if we're willing to put in our effort, and even if it's 1 finger, Almighty God will help us succeed, even if it requires an angel. So you're here. You're here for Shabbat. And you are the future, the present, and the future of the Jewish people. And the Jewish people are the masters of achieving the impossible. So you will achieve the impossible. We urge you to welcome and embrace this experience of this Pegisha. Find what really truly matters to you. What's really truly mattering to you, even if it's impossible. Be willing to put in your effort, even if it's 1 finger, and Almighty God will surely bestow upon you His blessing for success. So that's the message that I'm sharing with you today. I hope and pray that each of you have a truly meaningful Shabbat here and emerge from this experience with a stronger sense of identity and commitment and passion to your own personal Judaism. And indeed, you should just know this, and that is that none of us here are complete and none of us here are whole without every single one of us here. So therefore, we need every one of us to give at least that 1 finger, and together we'll succeed. Shabbat Shalom, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Rabbi Gordon. We are now...
Numbers tell a story. What story do they tell? In August 1940, 770 Eastern Parkway in the Crown Heights section of Brooklyn, New York, was purchased by the Chabad Lubavitch community to house the living quarters, office, yeshiva, and synagogue of the 6th Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneers, who arrived in New York following his rescue from Nazi-occupied Warsaw 5 months earlier. January 1950. Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson succeeded his father-in-law as the 7th Chabad Rebbe. From the first day of leadership, the Rebbe put into motion a plan to transform world Jewry, illuminating a modern post-war world with the light of eternal Jewish tradition. 770 was the building from which the Rebbe would build the world. The Rebbe prayed, taught, and inspired from within these 4 walls. On special occasions and later on every Shabbat afternoon, the Rebbe would speak for a number of hours on relevant and mystical topics, from current events to the essence of being a Jew. These Hasidic gatherings, called Farbrengens, were interspersed with heartfelt and soulful Hasidic melodies, called Nigunim. from every walk of life, from children to college students, elderly statesmen to world leaders, came to the Rebbe to pour out their hearts, invigorate their minds, and inspire their souls. For many years, people would reserve a precious private audience with the Rebbe, called Yehidus, often in the wee hours of the morning. Later, more and more people flocked to the Rebbe. The famed Sunday dollars offered anyone and everyone a moment to interact with the Rebbe one-on-one, a moment that would remain forever. The Rebbe taught that the number 770 is the gematria, the mystical numerical value of Faratzah, a word God blesses Jacob with. And your seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and you shall spread westward and eastward and northward and southward. How appropriate! Ufaratzah, the spreading of divine knowledge all over the world, is indeed the heart and soul of 770, and the Chabad ethos disseminating from its walls. Since 1961, college students ready to take on the world visited the Rebbe for inspiration and guidance. The Rebbe saw in students a passion and energy that would ignite the future of the Jewish people to usher in a better world. Even after the Rebbe ascended this mortal plane, hundreds of thousands of people visit the Ohel, the Rebbe's resting place, where the timeless encounter continues. This is Pegisha, a student's encounter with the sublime, with the Rebbe, with a physical place that is spiritually beyond, with a nuclear reactor that energizes the world with divine light and deep Jewish mindfulness. Shabbat is a time that transcends time itself. 770 is a place that transcends space itself. And we are people that transcend the possibilities of life. To usher in Pegisha, an encounter with the peace and tranquility, energy and spirit of Shabbat in Crown Heights and 770, let us join together for a moment of silence to meditate internally, pray quietly, and celebrate soulfully. May this time, this place, this Pegisha inspire us to bring the ultimate peace of Shabbat into the world with the coming of Mashiach now.
And pretend it's a Jewish mother talking to you. Number one, as soon as I finish my announcement, all the holy, righteous, precious, spiritual, rejuvenated, you know, spell that, J-E-W, Jewish woman will go up to the second level to light the Shabbat candles, to usher in the holy Shabbat. Number two, why will the Jewish woman do so? We invite all the holy, righteous, special Jewish men in this room to join us on this side of the ballroom for a very special presentation by the world-famous Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson. Wow. Number three, after the presentation for the guys and the candle lighting for the girls, there will be an incredible series of sessions upstairs on level 3, along with an open social lounge downstairs in the social lounge for those who want to socialize and meet no one. Number 4, after the session, we'll come back here for an incredible Kabbalat Shabbat like you've never had.